What up, what up, what up, what up? We in the building. What up with you? How you doing and all that good stuff? How you doing? How you doing? We are in the building.
We're in the building. Dream Team is in the building. We're here on this hot Sunday. It is so hot outside today. I hope everybody is staying hydrated today. Drink plenty of water. It is so much needed today.
Yes, it is definitely much needed today, man. We was outside early, right? We was outside early, man.
We was outside early. We took a ride this morning just to get up this morning, and we just got in the car and just took a ride, just got on the highway and just rode on down the highway and just different scenery. We just, just to clear our thought process, our mind, and just see some different scenery instead of our everyday commute scenery. So, and it was okay. It was hot. We got the car for a minute, but it was hot. So we hurried up back in the car and turned the AC on. But, sometimes I think everyone need that too. Like, a change of scenery is so good for your mental. Just seeing different things instead of the same, thing that you do. Go to work, come home, and basically doing the same thing or your same routine on the weekends, and just do something different. Just shift the mind, shift the mind, and that's what we did this morning. We got up and we got on the highway and we just went and we drove. We just riding around and just different scenery, different routes.
Yeah. What else? What was special about the day to you? I mean, I know you woke up. Anything else special?
Um, just just to be alive and just grateful for where we at in life. Like just content in the mental and just at peace. Like the mental. Like I'm just grateful for having a great mental space. So yeah, so kids and everybody, grandkids, everybody doing good. So blessing.
That's definitely a blessing, man. That's a blessing. You cannot deny having. When we say our children and grandchildren, but when we say our grandchildren, man, it'd be like amazing. It'd be so amazing to see our grandchildren just having fun and running up to us and wanting us to do this and do that, man. Just have fun out there, man. Just to like, what was the last when the MC Eat a Lot, the last time she was over here, like she was like, don't touch my food, and this and that, and tripping with Kayla. But we had what you had explained. What it was very detailed. What you explained. What you had to explain her, babe.
Oh, when she, she didn't want to share with the other, grandkids or whatever, and I had to tell her we are a family. Everything in this house is shareable. We share everything in this house. Everything in this house is all of ours. So even though she had brought her own food over here to eat because it was things that she liked to eat in her snacks, but it was shareable. And then the other granddaughter had ate some of her stuff and she was so upset about it. But I had to let her know that everything is shareable because it's going to be a time where somebody else going to have stuff and she may not have anything, and it's hers too. So everything is shareable in this house. Once he comes in here, it's shareable. That's just part of a household. It's shareable. Everything is everybody's.
Exactly. Everything is there. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. But you know what? We here today. What we here today to talk about? We here to break down the movie. I don't know if you saw this movie. The name of this movie is called Bittersweet. And trust me, old girl was very, very bitter, man. She was bitter, but it was sweet. Sort of like those, I forgot what you call those candy, but you eat them, they sweet at first, then they get sour.
Yeah.
Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
But hey yo, man, this movie, I gotta say, my man Phil, like I said last time, my man Phil stepped his game up, man. He I feel like he went all out, man. I feel like he added new things to his platform, and it was on and popping, man. He did a great job on the directors. From my standpoint, he did a great job on the directors, man. He did a very great job on directing this movie. And I gotta give him a round of applause for that one, man.
Yes,
I got a round of applause for that one.
Time because for me to be tuned in for a movie, you gotta know that this was a great movie because I'm not a movie watcher.
She's not.
I'm not a movie watcher, but it caught my attention, and I actually sat through it. The first time I watched it, I was kind of a little sleepy, so had to watch it again, and it was very enjoyable. And I mean, this is a good movie. So if y'all haven't caught this movie, Bittersweet, on Tubi, go watch it. Great guy, Phil Martin from he's in Texas. This is his movie. He directed a movie. This is movie. It's out on Tubi. So go watch the movie Bittersweet. And from what I got from the movie, babe, I'm gonna jump right into it. What I got from the movie is, as far as the Bittersweet, it can teach you some things as far as, like, I mean, husband and wives, as far as, like, you know, I ain't gonna give up the whole movie, but I'm just gonna share a scene that I had got from it where I'm like, wow, where the wife had her girlfriends come over, and this can go from the husband too, where things that you shouldn't, share as far as certain things in your household. Like me, I share a lot of things about me and my husband, but certain things I'm just not like. Certain things, it's a no, it's a no. And I think she shared with her friends some things where it should have just stayed in her household
Yeah.
between her and her husband. So she went out and she trusted her girlfriends, and she said it like, don't tell y'all, don't say nothing, this and and telling, things about what going on, and things, about her husband where she shouldn't, because those same girls that her friends, they turned it, they used it against her.
Yeah.
They used it against her, and they went behind her back and started talking about her and everything. But it's just some things you just gotta keep to yourself, like as far as your household. I mean, some things I'm an open book. I'm very open, but some things I would not dare that can goes on in my household that I'm going to share with anybody, my friends and nobody. So that was one part that I got from the movie that
That kind of struck you as like,
yeah, like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just some things you just don't do. You just don't do, as far as, share things as far as your husband or your wife, certain things with your friends or your family members.
Right, right, right. I would say, man, when it comes to um one thing that struck me in the movie that I'm not gonna like give up the movie and this and that, and you would have to go see and check it out for yourself. But one thing that struck me in the movie that was like, man, the scene. Well, I'm gonna say the scene. I'm gonna say, like, when it comes to conveying messages, you hear one thing, by the time it gets to the fifth person, it's a whole nother story, man. It's a whole nother story. And it's like you reacting off of your emotions from what you just heard, and it's before asking any questions or finding out what's going on. You in the car, get out my house. I don't want to have nothing to do with you no more. Bye. When I see you, you better be gone. And you done got the wrong message. Somebody done gave you the wrong message, all because they might want your man. They might want your man, or they might want your woman. So they, gather up these messages, send you fake text messages, and tell you the down low down craziness, and have you going mad and insane. And I have a little something like that going, not with me, but somebody, that's close to me that I love dearly, that's going through some things right now. And it's all because, like, you guys are not taking the time to communicate with each other. And I think he knows who I'm talking about, but you're not taking the time to communicate with each other. And that right there can cause a problem. It can cause a very crucial conflict, which you do not want. The best suggestion that I can give you, as far as one of the best suggestions I can give you, as far as, like, making sure things stay on track, is taking the time out to listen and taking the time out to communicate and keep it at a tone that's, like, very, very subtle and smooth, so you both can convey your messages and understand them clearly. Because when you get to yelling, you did this and he did this, and whatever the case may be, guess what? Nothing's going to get done correctly. Nothing's going to get settled. Everything's going to be blown out of proportion. And then comes, hopefully, you'll walk out the house, or she'll walk out the house, or one of those methods. But when you get to going and you're frustrated and angry, no one really can convey their message in the way that they want it to be heard with their partner, because it's like they don't want to hear it. That way, you have to have somebody to mediate what's going on with you guys, and somebody that's not biased, somebody, like, that's in between, not he's gonna choose my side because he's my friend, or he's gonna choose her side because she's the friend of her, and she's gonna, yes, Andrea's right, but you know she's totally wrong. So you have to have somebody in the middle that can give you an honest and direct, and it might be hard to accept, but a good answer. So yeah, that's one of the things that I took from him, and I was like, yeah, you know, when you get them friends involved, and you already know what the friends was on, right?
Right.
When you get them friends involved, it could be blown. It could be. I couldn't understand for the life of me, man. I mean, Phil had to do this on purpose. He had to do it on purpose. Because why would you tell your friends what your man? Why would you do it? You don't want to do that, man. You don't want to tell your friends what's going on with your man, like how he's, you know, what he working with. You don't want to tell what them pockets about. You don't want to tell what that bank. You don't want to tell none of that stuff, because guess what they gonna want? They miserable. You got a group of friends sitting around. They miserable. They gonna want it too. They gonna want some of that too. So yeah, you got to take that. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the good with the bad, but you got to definitely make sure you don't. You know what I'm saying? Tell your friends all your business. What's going on at home? Am I right, babe? Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You can't. Everything have to stay within the household. It have to stay within the household. And I want to just jump back as far as communication again. That is like communication is so big. Like just for instance, like recently, you was like, babe, I'm not frustrated with you. I'm just frustrated with putting together things, putting together the equipment or whatever, but that don't mean I'm frustrated with you. And then you went after that and had to do it like a little scenario and be like, just because you frustrated at work about a thing, you're not frustrated with me because you're frustrated at work. So sometimes that's part of communicating, to break down to make a person understand things different, because sometimes people are just like, oh, you act like you mad at me because, but to go behind it with a scenario, that's also was good too. So I just want to say I appreciate you just breaking that down to let me know that you wasn't frustrated with me, and to break it down and say you be at work and you probably frustrated with something. That don't mean you're frustrated with me. You just frustrated because you frustrated at work. To let me know you was frustrated with something. But you're not
Yes.
frustrated with me. So that's part of communication. That's I love that. Like it's everything have to be about communicating.
Yeah, yeah. We exactly. So here the thing is, like, we was running around early. We doing our thing, and it wasn't about like what made us, not be on time. But my whole thing is like, when it comes to like, doing this podcast, I want to make sure everything is running correctly, everything is serious. By the time I got here, that's why we came on so late. By the time I got here, I had to set up everything and fix everything. And I'm like, I don't want nothing to run wrong. Like, I don't want something to go crazy and, glitchy, and it'd be like, what's going on? So what I would do is, I like to get up here and set up and make sure everything is running right. And I don't want to have to rush, because when you're rushing, you forget things. So that's why I was like, let me explain it, because I don't want her to think I'm mad at her. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna take something out on you that's that's like being screwed up here and being delayed here. So I'm gonna make sure that you don't feel like I'm doing something like I'm mad at you. So I'm making sure, like, during the process of everything that I do, that I take the time out to explain to my wife that I'm not mad at you. You might look at me, you might be like, what? Why are you so angry? Why are you so upset? And why? I'm not mad at you. Like, I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm like, babe, trust me, you didn't do nothing wrong. I'm just, you know how I am. I like to be like, I'm punctual. I like to be on time. I like to have everything flowing correctly. So if anything, like if the broadcast is something going on, it's not on us. It's on the other side of us. But that's just that, man. That's how I am, and I'm gonna make sure everything is cool, man. Yeah.
So if you somebody and you're in a relationship, just always communicate. Communicate with them. Don't let your spouse assume something. Get clarification. Get clarification on the situation. Don't just let them assume something, and reassure them.
Yes,
It's
yes,
always
yes,
about a
yes.
reinsurance. When you're in a relationship, it's okay to give your person reassure them.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So what else? So let me see. When you assess this movie from top to bottom, did it make you like through the movie like, oh man, like, oh God, what? What kind of emotions did you have going on? Was it all over the place, or did you have like one set emotion?
kind of like the whole time when I'm watching it, I just, after a while, I kind of, I was just getting in like the girlfriend's part. I don't know why that part. Like she done went and told her household business to her girlfriends, and they all just, they behind her back and just, telling each other, just talking about her, and the one girl just, knew her personal, I don't want to give up the
Mm.
movie, but just knew something personal about her and just, they just was really just going, behind her back talking about her all because she shared that I ain't gonna give it up that one thing with them and they were really salty because what she was about to, what was about to happen in her household.
Right.
And they
Right.
wanted that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
wanted that. They
Yeah.
wanted that. So, um, it was, and then what I got from it too, then it was about, her y'all can't tell the movie. I'm not gonna tell the movie. Y'all watch this movie. It's a good movie.
It's
It's a
it's
good
a good
movie.
movie.
And it's a good movie.
You'll find yourself like caught up in it from the simple fact like some people really do go through this. Like you trust too many. You think you got so many friends. You might only in your life really for real have one true friend that's gonna be there for you through the thick of things, sickness and weakness and everything. You're gonna have one true friend that's really willing to put everything on the line to help you out. But it wasn't just the girlfriend. He also had a friend that was like, man, I don't know if you should blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when he got that, you know what I'm saying, that big bag, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you should, you know what I'm saying? So it works both sides of the aisle.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. Not just I'm just speaking on the girlfriend part because I'm a woman, but that goes for both sides. Like the man shouldn't tell nothing about his household with his friends.
Right. You should never do that, man.
The household is the household.
I would
You
suggest.
hold everything in the house. Whole
Yes.
household. You hold everything in the house. So
Yes.
that part, you
Yes.
don't share that. You don't
Yes.
share. So if y'all haven't watched the movie Bittersweet, go on Tubi, watch this movie. Y'all will love it. Y'all gonna thank me later. It's a good movie. It's a good movie that that you would enjoy watching. You would really enjoy watching that movie.
Now, let me ask you this, babe. Without giving it away at the end, what how did that make you feel? You was like, oh, mother. How did it make you feel?
I don't want to give it away, so I can't even put it
Yeah.
in words without giving it away. Put it in words, and give it away. But I do know it's gonna be a part 2 to this, just from the end.
It's gonna be a part 2, you
I
think?
think it's gonna be a part 2.
Maybe. We're
Yeah.
gonna see what Phil do.
Phil, is there gonna be a part 2? Let us know.
We're gonna see if
Let
it's
us
gonna be a
know. I
part 2.
think it's gonna be a part 2. If not, I think it should be a part 2 because it's gonna be a part 2.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be a part 2 to this movie right here. Bittersweet, baby. You think it's gonna be a part 2? It might be a part 2. Might not, maybe, who knows? But you know what? This movie right here had me like, why? Why this? Why that? But I know it's always like when you looking at it's always like they know that people are gonna be drawn in by that. Like they want people to say, man, why she fall? Like you always see the white lady fall in the movie. That's all. It was a common thing. You always see the white lady falling. You always see the black person get killed first. It was always coming. But you know what I want to say about this movie, yo? This is what I want to say about this movie. I was so glad that, and I'm starting to see a couple of other movies out there do this, but I was so glad. I said this before. I was so glad to see that this movie got away from the same old, I hate to say it, on the block hustling, this my block, pop, shooting all through the movie. I was, I know people want that and everything, man, but sometimes your mind and your brain needs a break. And I'm really aiming at the black directors. I'm glad to see, I'm glad to see when people stepping their game up and getting so, like, you don't have to cut it out, but every movie you make don't have to be about pop. This my block and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I look at Bittersweet, I'm trying to think. I don't even think I don't even give it away. You know what? What I'm gonna say is always a sex scene, but I can't remember. You know what? Yeah, I do remember. But I want to, my whole perspective on it, like with this whole outlook on this thing, I want to say, congratulations to Phil for stepping his game up. Film quality. stepping his game up. The same old scenario, stepping his game up. Because let me tell you this about Bittersweet. Go check it out. Bittersweet, right? Had a lot of plots and twists to it.
It did.
And who, just when you thought it was this person, babe, it was that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Right. But y'all have to watch it. Y'all have to watch it. And then I get what you were saying too, though, as far as like, I mean, I don't think he's saying this in a way of trying to bash nobody from their movies and what they're directing in their movies. Basically, he just saying, because I mean, we he a movie here, so he watch all type of movies, whether it's a lot of shooting in it, or My Block, he watches things like that too. But basically, what I think just to let them know, basically what you're just trying to say, for it to be a Black director, he stepped the game up and went the opposite direction, because that's what we so known for, or and watch it, just like the movie Belly. What was it called?
Belly.
Things like that. That's
We ain't talking about Belly 2, we talking about Belly 1.
Yeah, we grew up watching and stuff like that. And then for this to be this Black director, he took it to another,
whole nother level
on that. But so not trying to bash, one Black director from another Black director. So he just want to just give his, feel his shot out for,
Yeah, definitely.
Switching it up, because it wasn't, wasn't that? It was a lot of,
it was popping.
Twist, like you said, had you thinking this, and it wasn't like you knew what's gonna happen next. It wasn't none of that type of like,
right.
I know what's about to happen. This about to happen. So it wasn't none of that.
So my fault, babe, but Niecy Corn Drop, she said she liked it. Yeah, she said she liked it. I don't know what she was talking about when she said, I think it is. I don't know what you were referring to, but she said, I'm a big Tubi fan. So I'm glad you went out there and checked the checked out Bittersweet cuz. I'm gonna say cuz. I'm glad you went to check it out, man. What did you think about like how the plot twist was going, and you know what I'm saying, some things like that? How you think the plots were, like the twist, and like you thought it was this person and it wound up being a whole nother person, and it messed up everybody whole thing. So I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna say specifically like what happened and whatever, but she did all that and it wasn't even what she thought it was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It wasn't even what she thought it was. And you know what? When it comes to, I gotta say this, because I want to go into another. We sticking on Bittersweet, but I want to get to some realisticness. Now I know everybody by now has heard of like the last little YouTube. I mean, not the YouTube, but the last little Facebook. What happened on Facebook with the married couple and they unalived. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. But that right there, like, see. When you got some things, that's why we say the household. Keep everything in the household. You don't have to tell people your business. You don't have to do this and do that, right? So you say keep everything in the household, right? So when it comes to those two, they started airing out all their dirty laundry to everybody on Facebook. Now, of course, this definitely, it might have started off to see, to get some views, but seriously, I don't think even halfway. I think way before halfway in, it got too real. Cause soon as you say, well, you know what, shit, you was over short. You was messing with that one nigga. I caught y'all on, and then she gonna get her feelings hurt. You done broadcasted to the whole world what she did in the privacy of your sanctuary and broadcasted it all out. She said it's gonna be a part 2. Sharma says it's gonna be a part 2. Okay. You think it's gonna be a part 2? Okay, we'll see. It might be a part 2, man. It might be a part 2. You said it's gonna be a part 2?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a part 2. You're right, cuz. You're right. But yeah, man, like that was a very tragic situation. For I meant to have it up here for a hotline, like domestic violence hotline, so you can like if you needed to contact someone, some heat in the house, and it's time to get out the kitchen, or you need some help to reach out. I meant to have that number up here, but I don't have it. I'm sorry.
We'll have it on the next one.
Yeah.
As far as domestic violence and mental health. Because
yes.
what he's talking about is the young couple who they were on live, like last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever, they was on live and the guy was on live. He the one jumped on live and he was just airing out, him and his wife, everything that was going on. Like she was cheating, saying that he was cheating. It was just a lie that they were just on live and they were like bashing each other and just going like they was hurting each other. Like it was, it's that saying, hurt people, hurt people. So he was saying this, so she's saying that, and it just escalated to the point where he took her life, then he ended up taking his own life. So that was something on Facebook Live, like, so
Yeah.
that's real. Like that domestic violence.
Very tragic situation.
Yes,
Very tragic.
and mental health, because I feel like they both,
Played a part.
played a part, and they both had some mental health issues going on.
Yeah, they
Everybody thinking like mental health is crazy people and people walking down the street and they talking to themselves. That is not just all about mental health, but that's all that people known it to be. If they feel like because you're not talking to yourself, you're not hearing voices, or stuff like that, they don't have mental health issues. A lot of people have mental health issues. Mental health can come and it can go.
Yeah.
But you got to regroup. You got to redirect yourself and you have to get some help and you have to talk. You have to talk things out and not bottle everything up. A lot of people love to bottle everything up and don't let nobody in. And if they do talk about it, they want to be right. No, just because you thinking about something, you're not right. Everybody want to be right. It's okay to listen to somebody and listen to somebody who already has the experience and somebody who had went through things, so they can help you get through, the mental health issues that you're going through. So I always just talk things out, open up to somebody, let somebody in. Hey, I let everybody in as far as, when I'm having, when I was going through my mental health issues, it wasn't, my mental health is depression. Depression is mental health.
Yeah.
Depression is mental health. So when I was going through my depression, I aired it out. I let people know, what I'm going through because it came out of nowhere. I didn't know where that came from. I always been a happy-go-lucky person, and I say this all the time when I speak about depression. I never used to understand why people say they depressed until I experienced it.
Right.
Because I never used to understand it because my energy, my spirit is always on a high. So when somebody would say they depressed, I didn't understand that. Like, why? Life ain't that hard until I experience it. So I that's something I always talk about. And when people, talk about they depressed, I share my story with people. Like I too was depressed before. It hit me out of nowhere. You don't know when it's coming. And it came out of nowhere. It's like, wow, you're depressed. So if you, depressed, or let somebody know, talk it out. Don't bottle that stuff in. Everybody go through life situation, life journey the same or, different ways. And everybody they gonna have a down moment. Everybody at one point in life, everybody's having a down moment. Ain't nobody that went through this life happy. The way
Completely happy all the way through. Yeah.
All the way through.
Yeah.
Everybody had a down moment. Everybody. I don't care who they are. The rich, the poor, everybody have a down moment where it hits you. So if you someone and you're depressed, hey, I'm open to talk. I'm open to talk. I can tell you, when I was depressed and how I got myself through it. And, prayer, I'm a true believer. God will pull you through everything, but you got to go through it to get to it because God is already there to pull you out of it. But you got to do your work too, because work without faith is dead. So if you're depressed, you got to do your work too. You got to talk it out. You got to do things. You got to do different things. Even just so like this morning, we in a good space, me and my husband, and in our life. But just this morning, just hopping in a car. Even we already woke up happy.
Yeah.
But just we weren't sad this morning, nothing. But just getting up and just hopping in a car and going somewhere and just a different scenery. Get on the highway and just riding down the road. Just a different scenery. Just to keep your mental going. To keep this good feeling that we got.
Yeah.
So if you someone who's not in a good space, change your scenery. Go walking somewhere you never walked before. Go somewhere you never walked before and just look at, different things. Sometimes, you can go slow. Like sometimes I'll be like, Dad, I drove down the street a million times, but you drive down there, and you just going cruising 5 miles, 10 miles per hour. You would notice something you never even noticed before.
Right.
Because life just goes so fast and you just always going fast. But if you just slow down, you have noticed something you never noticed that would catch your eye and it's beautiful. And you'd be like, wow, I never knew that big, pretty house sit back up and through air. That's how life is. You got to slow down and you just got to take a different, even you don't do a different route or something. Slow down.
Right.
Slow down.
Yeah, that's true. Sharma said, she said we need. Let me see the movie she said. She said, what movie was this? Anniversary. She said it's good with a T at the end. Anniversary. We got to go check Anniversary out. See what's up with it. We're gonna see what's up with it. Perfect Evening. Sharitha Henderson. What's up? Hey, Queen? Sharitha. Yes. What's up, Queen? Let me tell you a movie that I seen. I don't know if Phil probably doing something. He probably directing a movie right now. But we looked at the movie Bad Day. Now that's another movie, Sharma. Bad Day on Tubi. Now the reason why I mentioned Bad Day, because that's a perfect and prime example of just getting like Bad Day was just everybody was having a bad day, and you would not believe everybody was having a bad day in this movie, and they were all connected to each other. But you'll see what I'm talking about if you happen to go catch Bad Day on Tubi. But it kind of associated with the movie Tubi, and I said Tubi, Bittersweet, in the matter of that getting the wrong message, taking everything out of content, not communicating, you know what I'm saying? Like, just sit down, take the time to communicate, and you'll have a great, great, great time. She said it was an awesome movie. Sharitha said it was an awesome movie. I'm glad you got to check it out. She said, smell the roses. Yes. You got to smell the roses, babe. You got to smell the roses. Yes. Yeah, that Bad Day was like, it kind of put me in the mind of this movie, Bittersweet, in a way, because of, the content of the movie. And it was just crazy, man. It was just crazy. But yeah, Bittersweet, trust me, you want to go check it out. If you haven't checked it out, please do. And if you don't know what's good about Bittersweet, you have no clue what's going on with Bittersweet, and you want to what they talking about Bittersweet? Check this out right here. Check this out.
Did you hear that bullshit the other night?
Yeah.
Talking about she want to have Derek's baby. The bitch can't even have kids.
Past always has its way of coming back and haunting us.
Stop hating, because it sounds like
Hating?
you want Derek.
Never that.
What you gonna do when you get this inheritance from your pops, man?
Oh, no, man.
You being this big music mogul and all.
I'm gonna make a partner in whatever business venture I decide.
A partner? I think you're moving too fast, bro.
Look, Derek, just be careful,
Wanted to
all
show
right?
you how much I love you.
What do you mean, be careful?
Just think, in a couple of weeks, I'll be Mrs. Robinson.
See, the Bible says no weapons formed against us shall prosper, right? At the end of the day, who can we really trust,
I
right?
don't know she crazy.
Do you understand me?
Shouldn't have told these bitches shit.
Did you not hear nothing I just said? She know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
My friend.
Yeah, so that was Bittersweet. A little snippet from Bittersweet, man. Bittersweet is a movie, trust me, you want to see it. It's got a lot of great movies out there, and I'm glad that this has fallen into the category of a good movie, because there are some movies out there that's like, oh my goodness, why am I watching this movie?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to see a movie that you're like, oh my God, what are they doing? Why?
They do good a movie with good quality.
Yes.
Like that too. That's kind of catchy with me, because if it's something like, I'm not a movie person already, and if it's something like, I'm like, I ain't watching it. I don't need to be wasting my time. Like, I'm not watching.
Yeah. I definitely know she ain't gonna watch it if it's like, oh God, I'll look over that shit, be knocked out or looking on Facebook or something. But yeah, so it's always good to see a good movie, man. It's always great to see a good movie with great content and not so much of the same old usual, you know what, bang, 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 and this and that. But she said I'm watching it later. She talking about Bad Day. Bad Day. She said she watching it later. But yeah, man, Bittersweet, man. I gotta say, my man's Phil, he's doing his thing. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that he's coming out with great content, great movies. Great. And he got a couple coming. I meant to contact him and see exactly what it was, but I think he's got Southern Soul Trail Ride or something like that. That's coming. And then we got
His movie Pressure was good.
The Maintenance Man. Oh yeah. And Pressure. Like we was doing a lot of promotion for Pressure. That movie, do you want to check Pressure out too? That's on you. I say YouTube. I better say YouTube.
Tubi.
That's on Tubi also. If you want to check Pressure out, that's another one of his movies that's in his catalog. Pressure. And it's got your man Jamal. I can't think his last name, but everybody know him as playing Biggie. Playing the Biggie dude. So he was in that movie, and there was a couple more great actors in that movie. So I want to, get them a round of applause, man. They did a great job, and they did a great job in this movie Bittersweet. So trust me, you want to grab your popcorn? We gonna get this movie 3 bags of popcorn, and you get 3 bags of popcorn. Come on, man, that's the greatest. So we get this movie Bittersweet, 3 bags of popcorn. And I might throw in a little medium soft drink in there. You know what I'm saying? So boom, you know what I'm saying? That was popping, man. I love it. They was doing their thing, man. So let me see. I don't want to. Damn. Have you ever? I ain't gonna say. Do you got any friends But I want to know. Have you known anybody? Not to go to that extent, but anybody that's kind of like a little, around that area with how she was, doing her thing.
What you mean?
Like somebody that's kind of like you see, like they probably need a little something, some help, therapy or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you talk to them every day or just anybody that you know of that's kind of like that. Do it seem realistic for something like that to happen?
I mean, I can see that happening, but as far as I don't see it happening in my circle of friends at this moment. But I can see that happening a lot.
Yeah.
I can see, not to get the money away, but I can see that happening a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like a whole lot. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
And a lot of people probably going through stuff like that.
Nervous breakdown. Put Bad Day and Bittersweet together. Nervous breakdown plus bad thing after bad thing after bad thing after bad thing happening to you. Just like in the TP movie. In that movie, bad day after bad day after bad day. She can't catch a break. Her boss is on her ass. She can't get no money at the bank. She thinking she got to get a baby, all this type of her baby. She had a mental breakdown from the tragic situation that happened to the baby. So it was a lot caked on, a lot. You said Jamal, let me see. Sharita said, she said Jamal who prefers white, not I don't know. And you know what? Sharita,
he did an interview. And
he did an interview on that. He did an interview on that, and he was breaking it down. The reason why he didn't say he don't mess with African American women. He just said, I think he said this. It was something.
He's like basically he don't mess with African American women. He basically was saying like the rest of them say like they loud, we too loud, we don't listen. Versus.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what. He was saying that, but that's just his perception of. It's just his perception of
what he went through, his
went
experience,
through or whatever. But it don't make it true. That we, all black women is loud and they don't listen, and it ain't. And I feel like in a relationship, it ain't even about. That's why when I come on and I be like, I'm submissive to my husband, people be thinking like when you say that, like I'm doing everything he tell me to do. That everything he say, like, you better do this, you better know. Being submissive is just, to me, it's submissive as far as, and my marriage is allowing my husband to lead. Allow him to lead us to where we're going in the future, and allowing him to, to be the head that he is as a man. But that don't mean like, if I see him leading us down a wrong path, I'm gonna speak up. I'm going to speak up. But when you say being submissive, a lot of people just instantly think, oh, she do everything he tell her to do. Yeah, if he's telling me something and we're going headed in a great way, I'm gonna shut up and let him lead.
Yes,
like I'm going to let him lead.
And the same with me. I'm gonna be like, okay.
Just thinking submissive is a man is controlling, but that's just how people, their perception of their, definition of it. But my submissiveness is I sit back and allow you to be the head of our household. And then that way it lets me sit back to be the woman that I am and relax. And my mental is okay because my husband is the leader. He's guiding us to and we're good. And I'm happy. And ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong. I don't see it haven't been a failure. So being submissive, you can take that in all type of ways, but people just go for the back in the day that the husband, the woman had to be submissive and submit to the husband. But even if you go back to those years too, that was a woman was supposed to just sit back and let the husband was leading. The woman didn't back then, they didn't even have to work.
Right,
they just had to stay home, cook and clean and take care of the kids. So why not be submissive to your husband? He out there outside of the house and working hard and making sure the house is okay and making sure you have food and everything. Why not be submissive? But some women is, so they feel like, because I'm very independent, but I'm also a woman too. Mm-hmm. I'm a woman. I'm a lady. So I know how to hold my place. I know how to hold my place. I want to be a woman. I don't want to be so independent where I take away and I strip myself for being a woman.
So let's break down what so Sharita says, she said, I'm not complaining because it doesn't apply to me and apply to me and it doesn't take away from his craft. I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about right there, but I want to say this. She says also, but Andrea Jordan, did you notice he had a hard time explaining it?
Yes, he did. He couldn't explain it. I remember watching that interview. He did have a hard time explaining why, and they was getting at him too. They was like, "Yeah, because you were dating like I guess like Instagram models and stuff like that."
Yeah.
They wasn't gonna listen to you because they wanted that, but they was looking at the pockets.
Yeah,
you attracting these type of women.
Yeah.
So yeah, they wasn't. So yes, I remember they was getting at him. They really was. They was getting at him. So because he was they was saying like, you attracting Instagram models, with the big booties and stuff.
Right.
They was, so he couldn't. They was on him. They was on him.
Hey, they was on him.
Yeah, they was on him. So he couldn't explain how he thought he was gonna, get that off. You can't saying this in front of some black women. They coming to get you.
They coming. They gonna come for. They want answers.
Yeah.
They want answers, Jamal. What
He
Ed?
just basically, then he tried to come back and say, I guess, I forgot what type of ethnic background, who he was dating. He was saying, like, she was just,
I think she might be a Latina. I'm not 100% sure.
She was more so of, like, she didn't get quiet and, I guess, show him different things. But, of course, she was going to show you different culture from her because she had different culture from you.
Right,
so,
right.
Yes, you learn something different from her because she has a different culture. So, I know what you're saying on that end, Sharita. I know what you was going by, when you said he dates, he don't date black women.
Right. She said, but that's the thing. We don't have that too much anymore. Might have been something you was speaking on. His skills in the movie Ram, maybe Bam, and the muscle arm. But so.
Yeah, he's a great actor though.
He's a great actor. Oh, he's a good actor.
But that's his preference. He don't like to date black women. But
maybe this is maybe he's just going through a little something right now. You never know where it's going to be because at one point in my life, when I was like in my teen, I dated nothing but thin women. Like they was thin. They might not had no big butt. They was just thin. It was just something about it. And then as I got further up in age, I was like, I don't know about that.
Needed some thick thighs to save lives.
Need some chicken to chew on. I need some meat. I don't know. I can't do the skinniness. But yeah, that was my little thing, man. And I'm at this point now. I'm happy to be married. I'm happily married, man. It's a great thing. I can't complain. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a great thing to be married. And we do keep our business in the household. I'm not gonna go blab. I don't even really hang with nobody. So it ain't no, what I'm saying, no big thing with me. She don't really hang with nobody, but she go out more than me with, some of her friends than I do. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know she keeps everything in the household, but it really ain't nothing too much to keep in the household. We don't really got nothing crazy going on.
We at that point, like, everything is out of that with us.
Everything is popping, man. Over here, everything is what it seems.
It's genuine. It's
Like,
just so
like,
genuine.
like, if you catch us out and you like, they cannot be having that much of a good time. Like I'm gonna give them a shout out. We was at the Pike Bar yesterday, right?
We love the Pike Bar.
We was at the Pike Bar. It's a scene for us. It's an older crowd, young bucks up in there, fighting and arguing and carrying on. It's like, she's always got, I say the wife and husband always has some type of entertainment, going on up in there that's suitable for us. And we just kick back and just have a good time. And yesterday, I'm going to shout out my homie DJ Essential. She was up in there turning up, and I don't know how she know all these old school songs. Because when I met little DJ Essential, she was a little tot running around in some Pampers or something. Now she's a grown kid doing her thing, but she was up in there jamming, and she had the little Pike Bar rocking.
Yes, she did.
The Pike Bar was rocking. So we want to shout out. Give us some horns, baby. Give us some horns. We want to shout out DJ Essential.
Yes, DJ, you did your thing, DJ.
Yeah, she did her thing.
Because I really wanted to go down there the most because I wanted to see Rick Saxon. I wanted to see him. So we was down there early. We ended up in there for 4 hours, going on 5 hours.
Yeah, we was up in there.
We was gonna leave. Supposed to left when he came on. To be honest, after he went off or whatever, but. When she got the rocking that music after hit, it was like, how do you leave in the middle of this? We ended up there 4 or 5 hours. We enjoyed ourselves because, man, I'm going to go somewhere an hour and a half, almost 2. If it's 2, we out.
Yeah,
we out. We know they out, but she kept us. She kept us. So you can tell she's a great DJ and she can.
Got a great future ahead of her,
yes.
man.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very genuine. She's very humble, man. And she's, if she won't. Just say, if you think she gonna walk past you or something, she ain't gonna recognize you. If she catch eyes, lock eyes on you, she gonna come holler at you. She's a good person, man. So I want to shout out one more time. Give her some horns. Give her a round of applause. Miss DJ Essential, you doing your thing, baby. Keep doing your thing. And I want to say, I did not know Tania was like her hype man like that. All this time, the first time I saw DJ doing her thing, Tania was there hyping up the little crowd. And then she showed up and I said, she really her hype man. Okay then, all right. Ain't nothing like having family to be hyped. Now we need Jamal up on the scene hyping it up with her. We need Jamal up in there hyping it up. But you know what I'm saying? We love you. We love you, man. We love you. We love you. We love what you're doing. And Sharita said, go DJ, go DJ. Yeah, Sharita said, that's what I meant when I said I can't take away from his craft. Homeboy, he is a good actor. He's a great actor.
Yes.
He's a great actor, man.
He really is.
You got to give it up to him. He's a great actor, man. And we got to give it up to my homie, man. He's a great actor. But back to Bittersweet, baby. You need to go check Bittersweet. One word, Bittersweet. Red and white. See it right there? Hold on, let me get it on. Boom! You see it right there? Go check that movie out, man. You're going to love this movie. You're going to be like, okay. It was a movie where it wasn't the same old. And it's gonna have you like, I knew that motherfucker. Then you be like, oh damn, he wasn't, or she wasn't. It was that person. Oh, okay. And you be like, no, it wasn't that. It was that person. So it's one of those. It's one of those like thriller type, whodunit type, twist and turn. So you would love this movie. Go check Bittersweet out, man. It's out on Tubi right now. You will love this movie. My man Phil Martin doing his thing, and he has other movies also. We got what else? The one you mentioned. Pressure. With your man Jamal up in there. Jamal's up in Pressure. Then we got Bittersweet. Then we got a couple more coming that he's proud of. And he's always, for some reason, that says a lot. Most popular, his movies be out for like a week or 2 weeks. And it wins most popular new movie on Tubi. So that tells you something. It's headed into the classic area. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Give him a round of applause. It's headed into the classic area. You want to go check it out. Bittersweet. If you want a thrill, you want a little suspenseful, you want a little craziness, go check out Bittersweet. Trust me, check Bittersweet out.
Enjoy it. It's a good movie.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it, man. Yeah. So that's the gist of breaking down Bittersweet, man. I just one more time want to say, man, when it comes to if anybody's out there having a situation like husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, I hate to say it, but man on man, woman, whatever you're doing, however you love in your life. If you're having a problem, man, and you don't have nobody, you can't talk to your mate, you're having some things you don't want to say to your mate, you don't want to say to nobody, go find a professional therapist, man. Go find a professional therapist. Talk your problems out. Talk your words out. Get it to where in your life that you're moving forward towards bettering your life. Because you can't hold everything inside. You know, when you hold stuff inside, man, all it's gonna take is that one time for somebody to make it bust, and you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna go crazy on them. You're gonna go crazy on whoever around. So you definitely want to take the time out to get the seek out a therapist, man, and help you evaluate what's going on, so they can pinpoint where it started. Then they can get you to a point where you understand. And then you get to a point where I'm not a therapist, never been in therapy, but then you get to a point where you say, okay, you see what it is. Okay. Then you can better control whatever it is going on with you. You can better deal with it. You can better assess it. You can better move and navigate through whatever's going on in this world, because we have enough problems in this world. And I'm not going to say what color the man is that's making things worse and trying to make the world worser. But you know what color he is. It ain't red, it ain't yellow, but it's kind of combined with those two. But if you need some help, man, go seek that. Go seek that therapy. I'd suggest you go seek therapy. I would say it's a great move. And Black people, you know, like I said, we like to hold stuff in. We've been taught to hold it in. Don't tell, hey, don't tell them what we're doing. It's good to talk it out, man, but with somebody you can trust.
Yes, because even your family and your friends, I would say, like, I've never been to therapy, but I just, if I had, just now and through life, a lot of people are like, I don't want to talk to nobody who don't know me, some stranger. Those are the ones who's going to listen in non-judgment. Your family and your friends, even if they're going to tell you stuff hard that you need to hear out of love, sometimes you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear you are already down. You don't want to hear nobody saying, I told you so, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. You were already down. So family and friends gonna say them things, and it be like tough love. Everybody don't need that tough love. Everybody can't take tough love. So it's good to go to therapy. Somebody who is not gonna judge you, who's gonna listen to you. So family, friends. That's my own personal, thing. I don't think it's cool to get therapy from your family and friends. Others stay very understanding. Unless they are truly understanding, and they're not going to judge you for what you did or what you're going through, or try to project their views and ways on you.
And they're not going to run tell that. They're going to keep it.
So I would say it is to find somebody you don't know who's not going to judge you, because family will, tough love. Like, you need to hear this. Everybody don't need to hear that. Everybody don't need to hear what they did wrong, or what they going through. I told you should be doing this. You should
get the finger pointed at you.
Yeah, like, everybody don't need that. And that everybody's so used to tough love. They need tough love. No, everybody need a hug.
Yeah.
It's about hugging. When you already down, you don't need no tough love. Who made that up anyway? Like, I never understood that. Like, I don't need no tough love. I don't need nobody come nagging at me or telling me this while I'm already down. I don't believe in the tough love thing. Yeah. I definitely don't believe in it.
Yeah, tough love can be like too it could be damaging and harsh. So, it's cool to, what I'm saying, like, show some, like, give it to them, give them reality, like, give it to them in a way, because the world's not going to, like, be nice to you all the time. So, but on the other hand, like, we had that couple when we was in, we're going to shout out my man Fred, boy, what's his name, boy? Fred.
Oh, Aftermath.
Aftermath.
The young couple.
Aftermath. We're gonna shout Fred out. Aftermath. That's a great bar. You know what? Every time I go up in there, it feel like a family type atmosphere, like cousins and all this and that is just having a good time. That's what it feel like in there to me. Every time I go, I promise you. Every time, like the
energy. That's why I told you.
The eighth time I've been up in there.
We was talking about it yesterday. I was talking like, if y'all gonna catch me at a bar, it's probably gonna be Pike or Aftermath.
Oh yeah. Aftermath, cool, man.
I was like, those are the two bars that you probably gonna catch me in.
And Fred be busy or something, because it's like he don't never really be up in that motherfucker when I go. He don't never. But we always popping up very seldomly. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom.
But that's one of the bars that I do like. But you talking about the younger couple that we came across. Not saying no names, but the younger couple, and they don't know us, and they was happy just to hear us, talk about relationships and stuff that they were going through or whatever. And I see them too, like, being young. It was willing and to listen and was open, so open.
Yeah, they was open, man. They was
so open, not to even know us.
But my point, I don't want to get away. I'm so sorry, babe. I don't want to get away from the point I was trying to make before I forget. You know, I'm 50. I'll be to forget real quick. Like how we poured out his driveway. We're gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts, babe. So I give me some tea. I promise you. As soon as we got to the light, I made a right instead of a left. I forgot that quick. We were supposed to go to Dunkin' Donuts. But anyway, I was saying like, you know, that couple, right? Damn, what did I do? I got away from the fucking point I was trying to make. But that little small couple, oh yeah, what it was, when I say tough, like the tough love thing, right? You always want to give tough love, blah, blah, blah. So what I see that they said, man, the guy said to me, he said, man, well, he said to us, he said, man, you know, it's always, you know, like we always see these couples on TV and these, you know, certain people on YouTube or like some platform, they arguing the couple, they never wind up together. They always arguing, fighting, and bad things happen. He said, you know, y'all coming in here, sitting in here talking to us, man. We got a whole different perspective just talking to you guys, man. Because like you always see this and that, but to see somebody that's having a great time and they really doing it, and you know, like their marriage, they're living it in their marriage, and they really, really living in their marriage. When I say living in your marriage, I mean you walking a straight line. You ain't you know, cutting no corners. You ain't trying to like, let me meet you over here. You know, so my wife at work, I'm gonna meet you over here. You ain't doing none of that. You ain't hiding money from your wife and your husband. You ain't tricking off. You ain't doing no craziness. But he said it was really good for y'all to sit here and talk to us, man. And you could tell they was listening. They was listening to us, man. They was like, dude was like, when they got their arms folded, that mean, oh, they listening. He like sat right there. He like, let me listen. And his girlfriend, fiance? A girl, fiance? Fiance was right there listening. They both right there listening, man. It was like a great little conversation. And then I started noticing, man, like, damn, they paying attention. Like, yeah, that's what's up. Like, we really doing something. It's crazy that we coming there for one thing and wind up leaving doing a whole nother thing.
Right. And then they was happy. They said, oh, it was meant for us to come in here.
Yes.
They was like, oh my God. Oh, the girl, she was like, it was so meant for us to come in here tonight. I didn't even want to come in here. So it was meant just for us. So y'all could just, to talk to us. And just,
yeah.
So
and it was like,
communication. We just teaching them how to, they young, just, to be, and like I told her, that's your man.
Yes.
Don't let nobody talk about your man. Don't let nobody come and tell you nothing about your man. Nothing, though not. I said, that's your man and you respect your man. Because
yes.
He's going to respect you.
Because,
and if y'all can't respect each other, y'all don't need to be together.
And that's what happened in this movie. In Bittersweet, that's what happened. They came saying this and that, and it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even go there, but they came saying this and that, but that's why you gotta block them out, man. You gotta be strong. I know you wanna hear, let me see, hold up, what did he do? You gotta be careful, because you start talking or you start receiving those, then you're gonna have this whole mindset of differentness. The one way you looked at him is it's gonna be tarnished because you're listening and it's just eating away at you. And now you're looking at this guy, this woman, totally different. So just learn to do things on your own. Learn to communicate. Learn to be more open as a couple. Learn to not even just with marriage. Like when you find that one, be open from the gate, man. Start dropping your bags off. When I say drop your bags off, I mean start your line. Drop that bag off. You want to stay out till 2 and 3 in the morning, drop that bag off. You want to hang out with your fellas every weekend, drop them bags off. And then you can get to a better place in your marriage, in your relationship, and you can go further. You never know what's going to happen. Let me tell you this. You never know how the man above is going to bless your union when you really, really, both of you really get on the same page and you work together to make everything better. Guess what? You trying to make it better. God already got little crumbs ready for you to, pick up and put them together and make it stronger. He already got the foundation for you. So when you start stepping and working to build that foundation, he gonna already be, you put one brick, he gonna put 20. So if you trust in yourself, you do what's right, trust in God. And it's gonna move in a way that you would not believe. Cause our thing is doing our thing, man. And I'm like, damn. And it wasn't no doubt in my mind, like, I don't know if this gonna work. I never had a doubt in my mind. I was like, oh, this popping. And I'm still to this day, it's popping. My cousin, how everything going? It's popping. My cousin Rose, how everything going? It's popping.
No other way.
Yeah, it's popping, man.
We at that point in our life, like,
And you, I don't mean to cut you out, but I want to say this. I ain't gonna even say my homie name. I ain't gonna say who he is or whatever. But anytime you got a guy reaching out to you, telling you, man, hey, I love the way y'all like you represent my people. I love the way you represent Andrea. I love the way you doing it, man. Y'all thing, blah blah blah. It was just all good, and I know that he took that in, and he like with what he got going on and how he working his life, trying to better his life. It's good to see that. Because the goal you're trying to achieve, and you actually see somebody doing it, you're like, damn, I ain't wrong. I'm right. I do need to be doing this. So it makes you feel like, yes, I'm making the right moves. Because everything out here, people are, it's not no good, man. Fuck all these hoes, this, that. These niggas out of, they say whatever they say. But trust me, no, it ain't. There are some good people out there.
There's some good people. It's some good people out there. Yes, it is.
There's some good people out there. But you have to be willing
to make it work and communicate.
To make it work.
And communicate.
Communicate, all that. It ain't even just, but communication plays a big part. But it's not all about communication. It's about a lot of things. It's a lot of selfishness. Like you gotta cut the selfishness out. You can't be stuck in your ways. It's like it's so many compartments and components that play a part in making your thing great. But it can't just be one-sided though. It has to be both sides.
Exactly, both. You have to balance each other.
And you think you're a person like, well, I like it this way, and it ain't. Well, guess what? It's gonna stay that way. Right. It's gonna stay that way. It ain't gonna get. It's gonna stay that way as an artist. It's either gonna get worse, and you're gonna wind up being 53 and 63 in the club, popping and locking and shaking your hips all by yourself. Trying to look for a man, and they all hooked up with somebody else. So just take the time to learn yourself, love yourself, and that way you can learn to learn others and love others. And your thing gonna be, I just told somebody in Pike Bar yesterday, I don't know if he watching or whatever, but I told him, once he do that, I said, trust me, your thing gonna be, it's gonna be, the thing that happened with you guys gonna be enormous. And he was like, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready for. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be, you're going to see though. But in order for that to happen, now you can't just think you're going to get married to somebody and still do your thing on the side and expect God to bless you. It don't work like that. You got to be in your heart like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm dedicated to this woman. And she has to feel the same way. And that's when you'll receive your blessings. That's what I think to me. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just feel like that. That's how I feel. That's how I feel, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean it, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I feel. But let's get to, Sharita says, because when you entertain it, you open up the door for all kind of evil spirits. And let me see, it jumped up. Let me see. Evil spirits and foul gossip to come in. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You're right. Yeah, she said, the problem is people don't want to do the work. Yeah, they don't want to do the work because they've gotten used to being used to being in a microwave relationship. Yes, they got too used to being in a microwave relationship. Cook real fast. They want to go real fast. They don't want to take the time to get to learn the other person. And that's what we gotta wait. We gotta wait from that. I remember a long time ago. I ain't gonna ramble on like that, but I remember this was some years ago. Now this I ain't gonna say my homie name. But we lived in another city. And one time, I think I told the story a long time ago. But one time, he was like, trying to talk to this woman. It was in another city. He was trying to talk to this woman, right? And he said, you mind if he said something like, do you mind if I date you or do you date? And I think apparently date mean, do you have sex on the first night up there or something? She was pissed when he said that. Like, do you date? She was like, what? I don't date. What you mean? So it must have meant like, do you want to have sex when he said, do you date? Or do you like trick for money or something? But he was like, can I date you? Like, can I go on a date with you and get to know you? And she wasn't happy with that. She must have thought it meant something else, but it was crazy that she took that out of content and thought it was something totally different. And I know if he saw this, he know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, it's like what do you think, babe? We don't take the time, especially this young generation, they don't take the time to get to know each other or nothing, man. They don't take the time.
But they'll learn. I mean, we were once young and we had to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to learn. Like, I just feel like now in this marriage, like, I get it. I been had got it, but like you said, it takes two people. And I'm not gonna say, like in my last,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I was always perfect and I was, the better one, but I wanted more and I wanted to be a team. But when
Right.
both person ain't gonna be a team, it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
So, you just gotta learn it, learn. And I just, if you're not a team, I would say if you gotta force it to be a team, that's not gonna work. You're just gonna be together and just together. You're not a team. So now in this marriage with you, we're a team. It's no forcing to be a team. We both sit at the table. We make a plan.
Yes.
That's what team players do. They all come together. They map out a plan.
Yes.
Of how they gonna go about this play. So and that's what we do. we a team.
She said, "Come on now, Pastor Jordan." Yeah. We a team, man.
Yeah, it's all about being a team. If you ain't a team, I'm serious, it's not going to work. So, and I think we both at that age, that's why I said the younger people, they gonna get it. Over the years, they finally, they got to go through things. You got to go through it to get to it. So I think me and you at our age, and everybody don't get it. Still don't get it at our age.
Everybody don't get it, man.
They don't get it. But I think what works for us because we both gets it. We both
get it.
Want
Yeah.
it. We both want to be a team player. We both want to be on the same page. We both wanted, to want the marriage, the husband, wife. We enjoy it. We enjoy being married.
Yes.
We both want it. So, and I think that's why me and you work because we want it. And it ain't like we force anything. It just happens so organically, and it's genuine. It just works because we this is what we want. We want to be loved and love on each other and communicate and have somebody who bring you peace, a peace of mind and make everything easy for you. That's what we want.
And one thing Sharita did that makes sense right now. I'm looking at what she said because if you look around, we are literally living our last days, and that's true.
Oh yes,
We live in our last days.
yes.
We live in our last days, man. That's something you want to think about. So when it comes to not only, you looking for a wife or you looking for a husband, but you got to get yourself together. Everybody do some craziness, some bad things. I would say everybody have done something bad that they damn, why did I do that? But for you to keep doing it, that's the problem. For you to make changes. Now, anybody can say, yeah, I remember when he did that. If you moved along your life, you don't do none of that no more. I don't let that bother my ears. I don't do that no more. I don't do it no more. So why am I worried about somebody saying it? They say it, they just say it. That's one thing about it. You moving along with your life, you worry about your life. Don't worry about other people, what they doing, and spreading the gossip of terror and bad news about somebody. You do your thing. You keep moving along in your life and changing your life. Now, if you don't make yourself better and you keep doing the same thing and you think you're going to meet that woman that's for you, I'm sorry, homie. I'm sorry, homegirl. I'm sorry, homie. It's not going to work, bruh. You got to step your game up. You got to change your life. In order for God to open some doors and make room for your life, you got to clear some things out so you can have that person in your life. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. And the movie that we kind of or pertaining to is Bittersweet. Gossip can make some things horrible. It could be one little thing that turns so huge and enormous that's out of control, and you be like, oh my God, I went through something like that before in my life. I ain't gonna get out into the particulars, but man, it was simple and that shit got crazy. It's stressed. I've never been stressed out like that in my whole life. I've never been stressed out like that. And I got so stressed, I said, I don't even want to, if somebody come up, hey man, what did I be like? Oh, everything good. I was just lying, everything cool. I ain't want to talk about it. Cause then you talking yeah, that happening. Is it? They don't give a fuck they don't care about you being truthful. They just want some good meat so they can go spread the terrible gossip. So it's best to be, make changes in your life. If I didn't make no changes in my life, this beautiful young lady would not be here with me right now because it'd be I'd still be stuck and, jumping around, humping around, doing this and doing that just for a cheap moment. I ain't gonna say, I'm not calling no woman cheap, but the moment, a cheap moment. And I'm cheating myself. You're not only cheating the other person. You're cheating yourself out of something beautiful that God has lined up for you. Have you thought about that? You're cheating yourself out of something that he's got to wait and sit nice with a bow tie and everything waiting for you. All he wait for you to do is clean your act up. It's real simple, man. Like when you just say when you go through the process of cleaning your life up, even with the movie Bittersweet, go through the process of therapy, you'll look back like, damn, I should have did that a long time ago. I would have been here. But I wait till I'm 50 years old to say I'm here, but I'm grateful, I'm thankful, but I could have been, but I'm glad where I'm at where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be right here. I ain't supposed to be with nobody. I'm supposed to be right here. And it's great. I got to say for me, I think for her, but I know for a fact for me, I'm good.
Oh yeah. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. Like I said, I'm not faking a marriage at 50. I'll be 53 next month. Less than 30 days. I'm 53 years old. I'm not faking a marriage for nobody. I'm not going to be faking like me and you in this happy relationship, marriage.
Snowball
like
effect.
Saying, we our life is, we at the end of life. Like, not really God gonna promise us more years, but we at the second half of life. And I just personally, for me, I don't have time to fake it. So I'm happy. I say it all the time. I'm in my soft girl era. I'm a woman. I feel like a woman, finally.
Yes.
Finally, I feel like a woman. I've been a woman. I've been a lady. I carry myself as a woman all the time, no matter what.
And it feels good to treat her as such.
I feel like a woman.
So my Brenda Landreth says, absolute. I hope I said that right. Absolutely, guys. Stop thinking only about yourself and put some effort into being a team. That's very important. Some people will never get it. Love you guys. We love you too. We love you and thank you for tuning in. Yeah, yes. Auntie Brenda. Yes. I'm looking at the last name. She got me. I'm usually looking at corners, but it's not there. She got me. But yeah, that's what it is, man. It's all about teamwork, man. Like, and once you get there though, like, how you be having I got my money, I got this, hold up. I ain't about to spend my money on this motherfucker. Who that? But once you get that teamwork popping up, bruh, you ain't got to worry. You got more money than you had.
Right.
More money than you had, unless you think you just this selfish, rich person that you got it all. Even Puffy need people right now. I don't mean to put it out there, but even he needs somebody right now. So just think about that.
Team. This is all about when you at this age. It's about being a team. We that's all. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Yeah, that's the only way.
No time for nothing else but being a team.
That's what. So you said even in our age right now, time is valuable. That's the same thing Sharitha said. Like, time right now is very valuable. So you want, like, I told a friend from B More a long time ago. This was before I got married. And it was like I was still single, and I'm thinking like we conversating about marriage and this. I said, man, yeah, you're gonna need somebody. When you going through your thing, you older and you lonely. You gonna need. I ain't gonna need nobody. I'm cool. Shit, I ain't gonna never need nobody. I'm be by myself. So like, it's always gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody you always gonna need somebody by yourself. You what you saying, babe? Oh, I'm like, what is you talking about? But yeah, you always gonna need somebody there for you. You're gonna need somebody there for you, man. I don't know how many ways I gotta say it, but teamwork makes the thing work. And trust me, now I'm not gonna act like it's all glitz and glamour, like I went into this full throttle, like, being a team, because you say dream team. I'm like, dream team. I'm like, man, I'm no dream team. Like, what? Then I was like, you know what? It do feel good to be a team. Like, once I start, we dressing alike. I'm like, hold up. You ain't saying nothing about dressing alike. Come on now. But then I start like, really getting into it. Like, it's cool. You get a little feedback. You're like, okay, this ain't so bad after all. Because I was already in my mind, I was so used to thinking about the past me. I was being a little selfish. I was thinking about what people gonna say. Like, that's what I was thinking about. But then I took it upon myself to say, you know what? I see she a real person. She's authentic. Like, what's wrong with her? Like, okay, she cool. She good. She after a while, I saw she for me. The more and more I like stepped into us rather than me, it got better and better. Like even with him sprinkling everything to make it more like waking me up to realize and see and just making the pathway more clear. I'm looking like, oh, that's what's up ahead. Oh shit, let me do this then. Like I was like, yeah, this is it. And when it came to the marriage thing, I was like, all in. Let's get married. Let's do it. I was all in, man. It was no hesitation, and she probably was surprised, like, oh, damn, he said, yeah. Oh, okay. Like she was surprised. But I was all in. Like, when you think about that, babe, would you say you were surprised that when we started with the idea of marriage, were you surprised that I was all in?
When I asked it,
No, when we talked about marriage.
When we talk about marriage, we'll get married. Will we get married?
Yeah. Yeah. What you think about marriage? I'm like, shit, yeah.
But I didn't think we would get married that soon.
I ain't gonna lie.
Soon. When we talked about marriage, I didn't think we would get married that soon. So I didn't. So when you proposed to me, that was like, oh, okay. You know how it is to be like, you talk about marriage and you know, if they open for marriage, you know, it's like, but I didn't think it would be that soon. So.
And what Sarita said, it makes it all the greater difference. You have to be in alignment with one another. So you really do. Like if you ain't on the same, I'm telling you right now, bruh, if you're not on the same goal page, if you're not in alignment and have the same goals, not saying they have to be exactly the same, like I want to draw, I want to draw too, or I want some water, I want some water too. No, I'm saying like, if just say for instance, like I say, babe, I want to start let me go ahead and put a thing out there. I want to start an ingredient company. I say, babe, I want to start an ingredient company. Go get some of these. I want to start an ingredient company. And say, nah, I don't want to do that. And she can't give me no reason why, nothing like that. Or she don't even, every time I mention starting something, I want to start this, I don't want to do that. Or I want to do this, nah. It's going to be bad because now you're not aligning yourself with each other. You want to go this way and I want to go that way. And we can't find select a good goal to aim towards. We don't have nothing on the same page. We can't get on the same. I want to clean the house. She want to be dirty. I want to save money. She want to spend. It ain't gonna work. We bumping heads already off the rip. So if you learn to like, it's gonna be some things that you don't want to do, right? But if you're going into a union, you have to say, you know what? I'm not gonna think about me. She want to ride and cruise the city. And I really want to sit and watch TV, you know what I'm gonna do? I do that a lot. Let me go ahead and ride and cruise the city with her. Just to show that I'm all in, and see if it kind of take effects to me and makes me wanna, start doing it. Like, okay, this was different. Okay, this cool. Okay then. Like we went to the Incline today for breakfast or brunch, right? We went to the Incline for brunch today, and I'd never been there. And it's hot, and I'm like, damn, the podcast probably about to be on, and we got to get back for the podcast. And I'm like, But guess what? I went. We could have went ate breakfast close or stayed home and cooked or whatever, so we could be already set up or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I said? I said, okay, I can't think about myself. I gotta, let me go with my babe. And it was like, it wasn't no big problem. It was just like a real quick decision making thing for me. And I chose my wife. That's all I did. But our point is that you have to be on the same page with your person. Yeah. You have to be in alignment with your person. I'm looking at Sharita's common ground. Yes, exactly. Got to be on the same common ground. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, common ground. But yeah, we wanted to, just get a little something out here. We wanted to give, first of all, a big shout out to my man Phil. My man Phil, and you see this right here? And his movie Bittersweet, which is out on Tubi
now.
Today, like now. It was out on the 15th. And it's already won most popular new movie on Tubi. So that says a lot.
A whole lot.
And the movie is good. So go check that. If you're not, you lounging around the house, what is it, Sunday? You already went to church unless you're one of them people like my people's back in the day. My grandma and I go to church all day. And you be like, good God, how many times you gotta praise? But all day. But anyway, go check Bittersweet out, directed by my man's Phil Martin. You're gonna love it. Go get your popcorn, go get your little drinky drink or your juicy juice. Or if you want to cleanse yourself out, Go get some of this melanin splash.
Detox cleanse.
Yes.
Ladies, the summer is here. Get your detox cleanse.
Yes.
Cleanse your gut. Good health. Fellas too. But ladies, you know how we want, we got to put on these dresses this summer. We want the flat belly. Get some of that bloating off of you, ladies. Let's come. You would not be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed. Or if you want to spice up your foods, make sure you get some of that seasoning.
Get some of the seasoning.
The reason for the seasoning.
All these holidays.
Yes. Don't never mind that. Yeah, make sure you get some of that seasoning. I made a mistake, hit a button, my bad. But yes, make sure you get some of that seasoning, man. Make sure you get some of that seasoning. But we want to thank y'all for tuning in and giving your comments. Thank you, Sharita. You was doing your thing. Thank you, cuz Nisi. You was doing your thing. Thank you for everybody's comment.
Tune in and commented. Till next time.
Yes.
See y'all next Sunday.
Yes, and we got next Sunday. Now, I'm gonna talk real brief about this, but next Sunday, right? We got a guest coming on. I have to make sure of this. I'm gonna put it out there, but I'm thinking she's still gonna do her thing. But we have a guest coming on, and she's gonna be talking about gardening, but not just planting pretty flowers and stuff like that. But she's talking about like raising like food that we need. Cause I know it's a lot of people out there. The reason why I said, you know what, she'd be a great prospect for the show, man, because I know it's a lot of people out there that would love to grow their own food. And sometimes you might live in an apartment or something and think you can't do it, but you can do it. And she has a lot of information. And I sat there and I picked her brain. I was like, let me see, hold up before I say this. Before I say she'd be a good person to have on the show, I was like, let me listen to her because she's one of my customers. And she was talking. I was like, oh, she know her thing. So I know it's a lot of people that want to like grow their own food and they might not know how to do it. They don't think they have time or whatever the case may be. But she's going to be on here talking about Princess Flower says, blessing to y'all. Bless to you, babe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. But she's going to be on next Sunday. So guys, if you want to tune in for that. And right now I'm doing the 3 thing. I'm on YouTube right now. We on my page and her page. And I don't know if I'm going to do it next time because I don't like the way it keep glitching out like that. But it's crazy because maybe it's too much information going in at the same time or something. So we'll just do it like we usually be doing it. But don't worry about all that. But I want to say thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for tuning in. What you say, babe?
No, I was going to say until next time.
Oh, until next time, we got to say peace. And I'm going to say in a bottle of hair grease. Beep.
Just a product